Hello and welcome back to Enterprise Architecture. So today we are playing Minecraft. Now, the whole reason I started this channel in the first place is because I really love playing Minecraft and have been really enjoying watching some of the other great players around. The Yogscast really got me into modded Minecraft more than anything else, and I still watch Duncan and Kim and all of them obsessively. Whenever their new videos come out, it's very exciting for me whenever they're playing Minecraft. So yeah, I figured why not kick things off here with a round of one of my favorite games of all time. Now, I've been playing Minecraft since literally the first week that Notch dropped that early alpha for people to try out there on the Reddit, and have been playing pretty much every week since. Haven't really stopped. But these days I'm playing a lot of modded Minecraft. I don't play much vanilla anymore, and I tend to play really old Minecraft when I play modded. So this time we're actually playing a mod pack that I created. I call it Big Fork. It's based loosely on what used to be the Big Dig mod pack back in the day. It was one of the first mod packs I really thoroughly enjoyed because it added a bunch of tech mods, but it also increased the appearance rate of ores significantly to make it way easier to get through early game. So the core of my Big Fork mod pack is pretty much the same. You have a lot of tech mods, and you have a whole lot of increase in ore frequency all across every level. So you'll see right there's redstone above the ground. How often does that happen in normal Minecraft? Never. So yeah, as we start to get in, you'll see that there's a whole lot more to this pack. But yeah, just want to make playing Minecraft to be a little bit easier for people who just want to like dig in and jump in and start playing. So yeah, you can see right here, look at all that iron, and this is just inside of the edge of a mountain. That's a lot of extra resources, and then there's some more redstone in there. And anyway, point being, hopefully it makes early game a lot easier and lets you get into the fun stuff of Minecraft a lot faster instead of just spending all of your time trying to find enough ore to unlock the next thing that you're trying to build. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. So I've looked around the map a little bit and tried to find a good place to begin this build. And so what I picked was a little village here inside of a spruce forest. I figured that would be a great place that we can get some initial resources and start building up a little bit of a mini base. You can see I did use the bonus chest. So I'm not starting out with nothing. And you'll also note that I have a couple of little cheats turned on. I'm just going to be upfront about that. Keep inventory on death and mob griefing turned off. Again, the point of this is to play and have fun, not to spend all of your time being frustrated. If you're being frustrated, then you're missing the point of playing a game that's fun. So I found this house that is just a villager's house that seems to have nobody in it. So I think this is a good place to start plonking down some stuff. We're just going to move into this house, start paying rent, and become a part of this little village here. And I don't have many resources yet, not quite enough to do anything useful. But I am just going to throw some of these items here. I'm just going to take some bread with me. Lexico Botanica I'm not going to need yet. Throw these into this chest, and then let's just go and look and see if there's any stuff around the village that we can pick up and use. Now, I believe that I saw a blacksmith shop here originally when I was scouting out this location. So there's going to be at least a few things in there that we're going to want to pick up. And I think I saw an engineer's hut too, which is from the immersive engineering mod pack. You'll see here. So one thing you can always do is actually just steal the hammer right off the door. That's always a really great way to get started. Usually they have some ingots like this, and looks like we're finding some other things. A steel axe, that's going to be really helpful. And then just various mechanisms here. We're just going to take all that. And then let's see what we've got inside. Hello, friend. Sorry, I am just stealing all of your stuff. Engineer's blueprint for common projectiles. And you know what? I'm even going to take the barrel that they're in. Sorry, friend, but I need it more than you do. The other thing I'm going to do here, while we're being extra naughty, is I'm going to steal part of his floor. Thankfully, his building is actually made out of wool for the flooring. So I can use that to go ahead and make my very first bed that I'm going to need. Okay, so we've got a couple of other houses here. Now, where did I see that blacksmith shop? Okay, and now let's just bop on over here to the furnace. Oh, look at that. Redstone alloy ingots from Ender.io. We're going to use that. Pulsating iron. Ooh, an Ender book from Cyclic. Oh, the Ender sword. Those things aren't super great. I don't even really figure out what I'm supposed to do with those things. I see them all over, but I haven't really gotten deep enough in Ender.io to know what I'm supposed to do with that thing. And you know, we're gonna take the chest. Yep, that's what we're doing here. And on the way out, let's just yeah, blacksmith won't mind. He can always build more, right? Yeah, we'll take his furnaces too. Now, I know some of y'all were saying I shouldn't just be picking this village apart to steal things for my own use, but we're going to do that anyway, just for now, just to get started, make things a little easier on ourselves. Again, we're going to give back to the village. You know, we're not just taking. You know, we're gonna give as well. It's all about that trade, that balance. Okay, so we have a crafting table now. One thing I like to do right off the bat is use the turn it into the Tinkers Construct crafting station. And the reason I like to do that is because if you plonk it down next to a chest, you get access to the inventory, and you can move things back and forth between the two, which makes crafting so much faster and easier. But in the meantime, we're just going to dump all of the items that we picked up that we aren't going to use immediately. Iron rod, nickel ingot, green wool. Let's just go ahead and put pretty much everything in here. We'll keep our axe. And we'll keep a torch. That blueprint we're not going to use for a while. And now, first things first, what do we need? A bed. We definitely need a bed. So we use that green wool that I stole from his floor. And now we have a bed. And yeah, first things first, let's just go to sleep. Now, this does a couple of things for us. One, it makes it daytime, which will make it a little easier for us. But more importantly, it also will make it so that we have a spawn point here. So if we die, we'll come back right back here. So let's see here. We're going to need a few more things to get started. We've got a wooden pick already, so let's just use that to go get a couple of stone real quick, and we'll make a couple of stone picks, which we will be using for most of our initial mining. And we'll also go ahead, and we have enough iron, I think we picked up from that blacksmith shop, that we'll be able to make some shears and some more iron picks and anything else we might need here. Okay, 13, more than enough. So we just run right back into our base. And again, the convenience here of having the crafting station instead of the normal crafting bench just makes this really fast to work with. Going to make one shovel. There we go, and already getting some upgrades there. And we have enough iron. Let's go ahead and make one iron pick as well, because we are going to be finding some minerals close to the surface, which an iron pick is going to be good for. Now, we're not going to need hammers. We're not going to do forestry bees just yet. I know that's disappointing to everybody involved, but we'll at least get started without it. I do want to get into forestry here a little bit here, eventually, but we're not quite ready for trees and bees yet. Okay. And again, this is an old version of Minecraft. This is a mod pack I made a long time ago. And as a result, that means that we're running on a 1.12.2, which is very, very old by today's standards. But, you know, I still like it. I still like the older Minecraft versions. I like the old graphics again, and it's probably nostalgia talking here, but I'll also say that I'm not a huge fan of all of the things that they've been doing with Minecraft here lately. You'll note that I've made some of the mods to make this a little bit easier and more like classic Minecraft. So for instance, you probably noticed the hunger bar is missing. So I'm using Hunger Strike, that mod, to remove the hunger bar, and food works like it did in the old version of the game, where you eat it and it immediately restores life. The other thing I really don't like in new Minecraft is the need to sleep, or the phantoms come out. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a big positive addition to the game for me, having to eat and sleep. You know, those are the things I do in real life that, you know, are just kind of necessities, even though I do enjoy both of those things. You know, I don't want to necessarily have to do them in a video game because I'm being forced to, right? There should be some benefit or reason. Ironically, I'm saying that as I'm currently playing a game that's about mining, and I'm currently mining coal, and in real life, that's probably not something I would enjoy very much either. So, I don't know. Double standards and all. So yeah, we're just going to grab up some of this coal here that I saw earlier. We're getting a couple of levels as we're doing that. And you're also noticing that I'm digging up some inferium ore. For those of you who are already familiar with mystical agriculture, you know that we're going to be using that for some of our early mystical item plants. For those of you who have never used mystical agriculture before, you are in for a treat. It is a super neat mod. It basically takes just about every type of like ore or substance in the game, and you can grow plants that make that substance. So you can have a coal plant, not like the coal plants we've been building in Satisfactory. No. Coal plant's like a plant that grows coal, and that's kind of cool. Instead of having to mine for it, you can then grow as much as you would like in your fields. It also does animal parts, so you can do like a leather plant, you can do a bone plant, a skeleton plant, all sorts of things like that, a creeper plant. So yeah, that's going to be later on. We will get to that one thing at a time here. Don't get ahead of myself. So I have a whole bunch of coal now, and that means we can make a decent number of torches. So we're going to do 17 there, and well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use this remaining oak wood planks, and we're going to do a bunch more. We use half of those to make a full stack of torches, and that will get us started. Okay, let's see here. And the other thing, you know, let's go ahead and set up our furnaces. Now, this is going to be a temporary furnace setup because I want to almost immediately do some somewhat automated furnaces here. Now that's a good question. Did I put wooden hoppers in here? Oh, good. I did put wooden hoppers in here. That makes, these are the hoppers that came with Tinkers Construct, and that means you can do hoppers earlier with less iron and start some very, very early automation before we have any pipes. Okay, so checking our inventory, we have a steel axe, an iron pickaxe, a stone pickaxe, a wooden, and a whole bunch more wooden, and some torches, and a little bit of bread. I think that's enough to get started mining. So let's just go and dig some stuff up. What do you say? So I'm still getting my bearings as to where, you know, all of the things are in this area. You know, I do know that there's a cave right here that had a bunch of iron in it to start. But again, this just goes back outside. But we actually want to probably start digging deeper in here. But I'm just going to grab up this iron while I'm here, just so we can start having enough early game resources. Now, y'all will also note that I mentioned that we do have Tinkers Construct in this mod. That's going to be the probably the first mod in the pack that we're going to start exploring a little bit. I find that the extra items for mining that you get there and the ability to create new types of more durable items, picks and whatnot, and more powerful swords. All that stuff really, really useful. And again, I just think Tinkers Construct is just a top-notch, no pun intended, fantastic mod. Just really, really thoughtful. It just adds a lot to the game. It still feels very much like Minecraft. Just grabbing a little bit of copper here from Thermal Foundation. Now, in this mod pack, I also will note that I used the ore dictionary very, very heavily. And in addition to making it so that ores appear more frequently and in many cases closer to the surface, I also unified the ores. So instead of having like 12 different mod packs with, 15 different types of copper at this point, there's only one type of copper that you will encounter. It is the only type of copper, and that's the one that we were just digging up, and all of the recipes will use that type of copper. That makes it just a little bit easier for managing your inventory. Again, so especially since you're going to be finding so much of this stuff, it's going to be really, really important that you can just keep them in one contained stack instead of having, a bunch like 7 of this type of copper and 12 of that type of copper. And I think all the recipes I've pretty much at this point got worked out to use any type of copper or whatever other ore you're talking about. Without having to jump through any additional hurdles. I know sometimes some mod packs don't really do a good job of using the ore dictionary to their fullest extent to make that easier on players. So again, that's one of the things that I tried to get right. But again, if you're playing it and you find that I've missed something, please do let me know. And again, like I said, there's a lot of increased ore production here. I mean, we've already got a full stack of iron and we haven't left the surface yet, We're still at Z index 72. So yeah, that's pretty great. And again, saves us a lot of time in the long run of getting to early game. Every mod just about has some version of copper. Notably in this one, we've got Mechanism, which is one of my favorite tech mods. That's probably that and Tinkers Construct are probably the 2 mods that really got me into Minecraft more than anything else. Just because, all of those machines let you do ore doubling. Basically, you process ores in the machine and you can immediately double the amount. Both of those mods add that, but Mechanism also then lets you take it and do ore tripling and quadrupling and all the things that come after that, which is amazing. And again, it feels almost as good as cheating, but a little bit better. And so you start being able to do a lot more with very little resources. And I do love that. Again, don't want to spend a lot of time just digging and grinding our way through. And redstone already. Look at that. Look at that. Whole bunch, in fact. Okay, that is a good amount of starting resources for now. Let's head on back to our base and drop these off. Okay, and it's also nighttime, so drop these items first, and then we'll catch a quick sleep. Okay, good morning. Let's go ahead and first things first, we're going to go ahead and get started with some Tinkers Construct. We have a few basic resources now to start, but I really want to start being able to maximize our production here immediately. I don't want to spend a lot of time having to roam around here and be doing more work than I need to be doing, right? Again, the point of the game is for fun. Before we do that, let's, speaking of cheating a little bit, we're going to add some waypoints here. We're using a raised minimap, and the waypoints are great because it allows you to go back and forth without having to figure out locations for teleporting. So you can just literally teleport back and forth from spot to spot, and that's going to save us a lot of time in our playing. Again, we're playing for fun. So again, I can just teleport right back to my home. So yeah, I certainly respect people that, you know, think that teleporting is a little cheaty, but you know, that's fine. For me, again, it's a quality of life upgrade. Just being able to teleport around, go to the places that I need to go, and find what I need to find. You know, life is short, and I don't want to spend all of it walking around a video game. Okay, here. So first things first. For Tinkers Construct, to start building out the smeltery, we're going to need grout. And grout is made with gravel, sand, and clay. So we're going to pick up a whole bunch of those items. So this beach was conveniently located, so we will first just grab some sand here. And you know, it's been a little while since I've done the math on how much initial grout you need to build a smeltery. I'll have to figure out that math here pretty soon, though, because we won't be able to build it without. I think it's 4 stacks of each, I think. And here we found a little bit of clay here. And you'll also note, again, salt from mechanism, which we can use to make brine. Now, that's not going to be important for us this early in the game, but it will become very important later on. Now, I also note that for playing my big fork pack, I don't necessarily go through and mine absolutely every single block of ore or item that I encounter, right? Because there's so much of those resources, I don't really feel compelled that I need to dig up every single, you know, piece of iron I find necessarily. Early game, we're certainly going to grab a lot of it, but sometimes, you know, for the metals that we know that we aren't going to need at that time or for a while, I'll tend to not pick clean an entire area necessarily. Okay. So there is some clay, and let's just go ahead and get this gravel while we're here too. Gravel's also, of course, going to give us some flint. And of course, you know, flint is going to be something that we can use for making our initial tools as well. Okay, back up for air. And again, older Minecraft, which means as soon as you pop your head above water, you get all of your oxygen back. You take a big breath of air, and all of a sudden your air capacity is filled again. Different from newer Minecraft where it takes a while to refill. Again, I think that's, personally, I think that is a little more playable and realistic, right? Like, you can go up, hold your breath underwater, go back up for air, hold your breath underwater over and over and over again. Well, to a certain point. I guess you will eventually need to catch your breath, but let's see, what else in this older version? Items don't float. If you break a block under the water, it sinks to the bottom, regardless of the type of block that it is. That's a little different. Come on, come on, come on, don't drown. Ugh. Drowned a little, drowned a little. Now, of course, it was too much to hope for that I'd find a helmet with aqua affinity or anything like that this early in the game. Let's see here. Sand, 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 sand. Okay, great. So we've got that all picked clean there. And clay is really the one that's going to be the hardest to find, generally speaking. That being said, because this is my mod pack, and I can do whatever I want, I put in a bunch of custom recipes. And one of those recipes, if I remember correctly, oh, maybe this version doesn't have it in there. Well, at one point I had added a recipe for clay. It looks like that this version I'm running doesn't have that. So that'll be something for me to go fix later, is to put that recipe. Oh, wait a second. There it is, yes. 4 dirt make 4 clay blocks. That's the recipe there. So I can literally just plonk that down. There we go. See? And that's an easy way to make clay when you find, because you're going to find a lot of dirt, and you're not going to be using all that dirt. and clay is relatively rare still in the game. So mainly you're going to find clay along creek beds and stream beds. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to just go ahead and dig up all the rest of the resources that we need real quick here, and y'all can join me back here in a second once I have all of those resources. Okay, we're getting pretty close to having everything smelted up that we're going to need to build our smeltery out. And over here you can see I've already dug out a little area to plunk it down in. Now, before we do that and actually build it, what we do need to do is start building out the rest of the Tinkers Construct stations. There's a whole set of individual stations that are needed to put together your Tinkers Construct tools. And I'm just going to do that right outside here for now. Eventually we'll probably close all of this in, so it'll all become part of our main house. But for right now, we're just going to stick it outside and run back and forth. So first off, as before, we need a crafting station, right? That's going to be the heart of the Tinkers Construct tooling and things that we're going to build. And now I'm just going to open up the menu here and make sure I remember all, I think there's 5 or 6 pieces that we're going to need all said and done. Right, so we need the stencil table, and we're going to need the part builder, and eventually we're going to need the tool forge as well as a part chest and things like that. So if I remember the order of these correctly, we're going to need some of these stencils, the blank patterns, to be able to build any of them. So first things first, let's just do up a bunch of those, which we make with sticks and planks. So we'll do 24 to start. We'll build ourselves a stencil table, and we'll put that down right next to it. If I remember correctly, a log makes the part builder with a stencil on top. And then we need a, let's see, part chest, which as I recall is a chest with a stencil. Oh, that's the pattern chest, right. How do we make the part chest then? Oh, right, it's that, but we also need sticks. So let's see here, go back. Oh, and actually you can get to these by the tabs at the top, by the way. You don't need to open the right one necessarily. Okay, so there's that chest, and then we do need some sticks. And planks on the bottom, and that makes the part chest. Great. So that's the first 5 of them that you're going to need. And eventually we're going to upgrade our... oh, we need the tool table, right? That's the thing that we're missing, because we actually have to make a tool. And the tool station, excuse me. And that is with a workbench. And then you just put a stencil on top of that. That's the tool station. And again, that becomes the tool forge with blocks of iron. Now, we don't have enough iron to build that yet, but that's how we're actually going to make our initial tools. Eventually, in the near future, we'll make that. All right. Now we pick up our seared bricks. We've still got a bunch cooking. And I also started smelting up some glass as well so that we can put some nice windows on this thing. So we can actually make the seared bricks that will go around the floor by hand. So we'll do that, and we're going to need a few more if I remember my math correctly on this. Right. Okay. So we've got to lay down the flooring, and the bottom has to be all bricks. And we're going to go ahead and make this a 3x3 inside, which means it's going to be on the outside 5x5. 5x5. And then we need, let's see, just one more set of those bricks to go in the corner. And I think if we have enough bricks, we'll make it 3 high, but I think we only have enough to make it 2 high for now. So the next thing we'll do is we want to make a controller. Let's not do the windows yet. Let's do everything but the thing that we need. So we make a controller, and then we're going to need drains. So I'm going to do 3 drains to start. And then we'll also need the faucets, and we'll do 3 of those to match with our drains. We'll need at least one tank. Let's see if I can remember how the tank is made. I think it's glass. Not the alloy tank, the seared tank. Right. There we go. And we'll do 2 of those. Okay, so I want to put this on the side so I have some space to work and automate things later. I'll put the smeltery controller on the bottom corner here. And then we'll go back over on this side and we'll put our faucets in and drains. Oh, you know what? We're going to be a little short. Guess I should have waited for the rest of those to cook down, huh? Okay, so we will build as many of the windows as we can here with our remaining bricks. Only 8. Okay, well that's going to be a start. And I'm putting all 3 of my drains on top here. And then I'm going to put the seared faucets there in front of them. And now we just have to wait for a few more bricks to cook up, and then we'll finish this momentarily. Okay, so we're back. I've made just about all of the pieces that we're going to need. I need 4 more windows. And then we do need the things that we're going to dump the results of our smeltery into. So I'm going to make 2 tables. 1, 2, and I'm going to make 1 basin. So the tables, of course, allow you to cast items onto them, and the basins are for blocks instead of the pickaxe heads or handles, whatever you want to do with the casting tables. And then we just finish in this last side, and with any luck, yes, so that little fire icon in the smeltery window means that it is working. That means we're doing it right. Although I don't want to dump my lava there. I want to dump my lava into here. And now our smeltery is online. Okay, so we have built our smeltery. This is the first major step towards our technology empire. We've set up all of the crafting stations that we're going to need. We do need the tool forge, which we'll do in a near future episode. But for right now, I think this is a great place to start. And also a great place to stop the episode. So join us next time. I'm going to start building some tools with the smeltery, and maybe we'll start doing our first build or 2. Maybe we'll start framing some of this in or expand our base out a little bit. But for that, you're going to have to tune in next time. So thank you again for joining us here on Enterprise Architecture, and we'll see you again next time. Bye, friends.
Bat!